What's up, guys? So, Rook Exodus comes out on Wednesday, April 3rd. I got a chance to read it over the weekend, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. Now, as always, I'm not going to show you any interiors because I don't want to be the source of any leaks or any spoilers. But, guys, let me go ahead and say that of all the books that I've read for this upcoming week so far, this is my favorite. I read this right before I went to bed last night and went to bed thinking about how awesome it was, laid down, turned off the lights, trying to go to sleep, and was still thinking about how great this book is. Now, if you read the short Rook story in the Ghost Machine book that came out about a month or two ago, then you already know the main plot of the story. But in case you didn't read that, this is set in the future. It's kind of your typical Earth's resources have been depleted and humanity, leaves to go find another planet. And they find the planet Exodus. There's a big world engine that terraforms the planet, and it controls everything from the environment to the wildlife. But eventually that world engine stops working, it malfunctions, and everybody who can leave the planet does leave the planet, leaving behind everybody else. And it's a lot of people like the workers and the farmers and the things like that. The company that was responsible for terraforming the planet told everybody that we will come back for you at some point, but they never did. And so now the people left on the planet Exodus are fighting over limited resources, trying to survive, and also trying to figure out a way to get themselves off the planet. Now, that is the general backstory of this book. None of that happens in here. This story actually takes place 2 years after the mass evacuation of the planet, which happened 1 year after the world engine stopped working. So this takes place in the year 2173, and it does follow this guy right here. His name's Rook, and he is a warden. So the wardens are these groups of people who wear these special helmets that allow them to control certain animals. So Rook, with his helmet, is able to control birds and crows and rooks and animals like that. His friend is named Swine, who wears a big kind of pig-looking helmet that allows him to control pigs and boars and animals like that. We also know there's a character named Direwolf who wears a wolf-looking helmet who can control wolves, but there's a bunch of other wardens too that we haven't met yet. Now again, if you've read that Rook story from the Ghost Machine book from a couple months back, this doesn't add a whole lot of brand new information. This is still getting us used to this world, introducing us to Rook, where he lives, what he's doing on the planet. They do mention that time is running out for this planet because since the world engine no longer works, resources are dwindling, the water is drying up, the animals are becoming harder and harder to control. So time is definitely limited on this planet, and we see him just sort of going about his life, scavenging for food, trying to live, while also scavenging for parts, trying to get off the planet. Now, there are also wardens who do not want to leave the planet for whatever reason. They have their own reasons for doing that, and maybe they're not so nice. They're kind of the bad guy wardens, if you will. We do see one near the end of this issue, but we don't really learn a lot about them yet. And we know there's more wardens. There's a page in here, and it was also in the Ghost Machine book, of a bunch of different headshots or masks here of all the different wardens that we're going to meet, but we don't really meet them in this. So more to come on that. And more to come on what the overall story is going to be. Because like I said, this is just kind of Rook here going about his daily life. We don't really know what kind of big adventure he's going to get into. We get a little bit of an idea by the time we get to the end of the book, but still no real main details yet. But I will say that I absolutely love this book. It's written by Jeff Johns. The art is by Jason Fabok, so you know it's going to be a cool story. You know it's going to look awesome, and it does. This gives me vibes of Mask, the old Mask cartoon from the 80s. People wearing helmets that do special things, but also Mad Max, because there's kind of these post-apocalyptic looking vehicles running around everywhere. So it kind of gives me the vibes of those two things mixed, and it is just so good. Like I said, I went to bed thinking about how awesome this was. I already want action figures, I want movies, I want more books, I even want Rook underwear. I mean, this is so good. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend this. And the great thing about this is a brand new story for all of us. So I get a lot of questions about what's a good book to start with if somebody's brand new into comics, what's a good book to latch onto. This is a great one to jump onto because, like I said, it's new for everybody. We are all learning this. This is the very first issue. You don't have to have read the other Ghost Machine book to understand what's going on here. We are all starting from square one with this book. It is amazing. I cannot wait to read more. This has my highest recommendation possible, so definitely check this out if you're looking for a great new story. Like I said, it comes out on Wednesday, April 3rd. Let me know if you pick it up, and if you do, let me know what you think about it.